House of Hell, for those who weren't here before, you are the hero. It is an adventure book written where you are controlling the action that is happening. It is a choose-your-own-ending adventure book. For anyone who's never read one of these, what the hell did you do with your childhood? For instance, you will read a section. It's broken up into numbered paragraphs. You'll read a section. At the end of that section, it will tell you where to turn to read the next section. Or sometimes you'll have a choice of 2 different things to do, and you can choose which one to turn to continue the story. So it's a decision tree book. This one in particular is a haunted house situation. Classic setup. We were out in the woods in the car in a thunderstorm, and it was obviously written pre-cell phones because your car breaks down. There's a haunted house there's like a dark manor with a single light on upstairs through the fog of the rain, and you need to go and ask them if you can borrow their phone to phone the tow company or whatever. We walked up to the manor house. We knocked on. We went round the back of the manor house and heard a couple of people inside talking that seemed like they were talking about some sort of ritual sacrifice or some shit. Then you went and knocked on the door, and you entered the manor because the master's been waiting for you. And yet you still walked in. You were offered brandy, but you didn't drink it. You walked up to a painting while you were waiting for the master to turn up, and an old lady, the painting turned to you and said, "Get out! Get out! This place is cursed!" And you still just stuck around and waited for the master to turn up. Then the master turned up and took you to dinner and gave you some wine. And you didn't find any of this peculiar at all. And then you drank the wine and... What the fuck? It was drugged? Who could have seen that coming? And then you passed out and you woke up bound in a room upstairs. You smashed the window and used the glass to cut your ropes. And then you left the room and you explored the upper corridors where you found a ghost who said, "This place is haunted and cursed and whatever. And you need to find a special type of knife that will kill the master. It's the only weapon that can do it, and you'll find that knife in the... Oh god! Here are some ghost dogs to eat me alive." And so she got eaten alive, eaten dead. She got eaten undead by ghost dogs, and you ran off down the corridor, and that's pretty much where we ended off. You found a spare bedroom, and you had a little rest. You had a little snooze. Cool. You caught up. That's where we were with the story. You sit on the bed, trying to work out how on earth you can escape from this place. The room you are now in seems safe enough, and the rest refreshes you. Add 2 stamina points. But a few moments later, the wind whistling through the curtains attracts your attention. You glance over towards the window, turn to 168. So we have a short rest, essentially. Just feed him some ghost chips, solve all of the problems. You know I can't eat your ghost chips, bro. Oh, bro. Monique says you're dumb. The ghost said the house was haunted. Sus. I don't believe her. A soft voice is calling your name. You leap back against a wall, while across the room a strange shape is forming. A human figure is passing through the very wall itself and entering the room. At least, the figure is almost human. But the head is missing. As it materializes before you, the voice becomes clearer. It comes from a head that is carried, not on the apparition's shoulders, but in its hand, which hangs down at its side. The sight is horrible, and ghostly blood drips onto the carpet from the severed head. This is the situation you're looking at here. Who hasn't seen a headless ghost? You must add 2 fear points. Will you stay to hear what the ghost has to say to you, or run from the room? 2 fear points? We didn't get any fear from the guy drugging us and waking up bound in a room, but we get 2 fear points just from seeing a ghost after we've already seen a ghost. Yeah, by the way, we've got a character sheet at the back of the book here. And if we get to 10 fear, we die, and we are currently at 3, or rather 5. We are now at 5 fear. 2 levels! 2 fear points! What do fear points do? Yeah, if it starts at 0, it goes up to 10. If we get to 10, we die. We are scared to death. We have just taken our 5th fear point. Can we unfear? I think it said something about being able to rest and recover fear at some points in the book, but you have to like find the points where you can do so. I was ranting about that already last time. We found a room where we could sit on a bed for a bit and chill out, and we regained stamina, but not fear. Stamina is like your physical health, your like actual bodily okay. Like when we could have cut ourselves on the glass, we would have lost stamina. So if we'd have cut ourselves on the glass, we would have healed the thing in a 10-minute sit down on a bed, but we wouldn't have actually recovered any fear, which is the actual bodily process that can be actually changed by having a sit down for 10 minutes, chilling out the body and allowing the fight or flight response to go back to normal. But no, fear didn't reset. Stamina did. Make no sense. Yes, I'm terrified. Let me take a nap real quick and I'll be less scared. Well, yes, actually, that is kind of how it happens. So you find yourself a safe room where you're away from anything dangerous. You allow your body to reset. You allow your heart to return to a normal beating rate. You allow your adrenaline levels to reset. Start to think more logically. Maybe you were just lying there overthinking while your hands magically stitched themselves back together. All right. Will you stay to hear what the ghost says to you, or run from the room? Thumbs up if you want to stay and hear him out. Thumbs down if you want to run away. You've got emotes in the chat if you are a follower of this channel. Following costs you nothing, so hit follow if you haven't already. And if by doing so you have access to the thumbs up, thumbs down emotes, makes it very easy for me to see at a glance what the consensus is, which in this case is definitely overwhelmingly a yes. We are going to stay and hear what the ghost has to say to me. Turn to 124. So I'm going to keep track of that. 168 down to 120. What did I say? 124? 124. 124. The disembodied head speaks. What voice should the disembodied head have?
I feel like it should be right up here because his vocal cords are really, like his larynx. If he's been chopped across here, his larynx would be like right up in his throat, so he'd have a really high larynx voice. So he's like really scary, except the fact that he talks like this. Prepare yourself for death, miserable mortal.
It gloats. And you say, is that really your voice?
No, don't mock me. I'm gonna kill you, miserable mortal.
Disembodied body. It's a disembodied head or a disembodied body, yeah.
For the evil that is in this place cannot be escaped.
I'm sorry, you're really ruining the aesthetic for me.
Shut up, mortal. The House of Druma has drawn you here for one purpose. Before the night is out, you will join me and my companions in the netherworld.
Oh god, am I gonna have to spend all of my afterlife with you?
Shut up! Stop interrupting me, I'm very intimidating. I'm spooky. Our fate will be yours. You will forever haunt this place that has caused your death.
Do I have to haunt the same floor as you? Could I choose to haunt it?
Stop it!
With these words, a mocking laughter fills the room. The apparition turns back through the wall, and as it does so, the laughter fades, but the fright will give you 2 more fear points! I just got 4 fear points from one ghost! 4 fear from one ghost! That's 40% of the way to death from one disembodied headed ghost. It didn't even attack me. He just walked through a wall and said, "You're gonna die tonight." That's bullshit. 4 fear points from staying to hear this bastard out. Alright, turn to page 382. 382. You leave the Diabolus room. Oh yeah, by the way, for those who weren't here last time, all of the rooms of this house have names. We have met the Apollyon room, the Erasmus room, which was locked, the Azazel room we skipped. Like, we've had 3 opportunities or so to visit the Erasmus room, and we've decided no every time. The Mephisto room, which is the room where we woke up. The Ballast room, which I think we ignored. And then the Diabolus room, which we're in currently. You leave the Diabolus room and are standing once more in the narrow corridor outside. Do you wish to turn left to investigate the window, or would you rather return to the landing and follow it round? Continue following it round. So, the window or the landing, which do we want? Thumbs up for the window, thumbs down for the landing. Maybe trauma and fear are the same mechanic. I'm pretty traumatized by that voice, to be honest. Thumbs up for the window. It is clearly the window. That encounter was not helpful at all. It was not. It was not helpful at all. Alright, we are going to turn to the window. To the window! 110. To the wall. I knew someone would have to. I knew someone would have to finish it for me, Wraith. It felt very unsatisfying to just leave it like that. Till the sweat drips down my disembodied head. To the window, through the wall. Because it's a ghost. 110. Curtains are drawn across the window, and you approach cautiously. You gingerly pat the folds in the curtain. You pat the folds in the curtain like a ginger, and are relieved to find nothing there. Although they seem to be safe, you are still on your guard as you draw them apart. As you do so, boom! A thunderclap booms outside and makes you jump, but you are safe. So it makes you jump, but you don't get fear. But you are safe. A perfectly ordinary window is uncovered. However, the heavy iron bars on the outside are a little worrying. Through the window you can see nothing but the rain running down the pane of glass. But curiously, the rain is avoiding one area. Could it be that the wind is blowing the rain away from this corner? You bend down to take a closer look. Written in the condensation which has formed on the glass is a message. You read 3 words. Mordana in Abadon. You repeat this message to yourself and then rub it off the window in case anyone else should see it. This message may be useful to you. And you will realize when it is, it says in brackets. It may be useful to you and you will realize when it is. If, later in the adventure, you want to use the message, turn to reference 88. Do not turn to 88 now! Now you must head back to the landing and turn left. Turn to 193. So I have to remember to turn to reference when it... Okay. I'm going to write it at the bottom. Mordana in Abadon. I'm going to spell that out for you in case you guys want to do any like cryptography on it and work out what the hell it means, if it means something. I don't know if it's like a... what do they call them? What do they call them? What's the word? Will we realize book? Will we? It sounded like a room name. It did sound like a room name, like you were going to meet someone called Mordana in Abadon. Anagram, that's the word, isn't it? A thing. Yeah, thank you. It's a thing. Madonna in the heaven. Got it. Abadon is another pseudo-biblical thing. Yeah, I don't know if it's an anagram or something. It's Mordana space IN space ABADDON. And Mordana and Abadon both have a capital M, capital M, capital A. Mordana in Abadon, page 88. When the message becomes needed, I imagine the book will remind us. Hey, if you found a message on the window, turn to page 88. But for now, we have to go back to the hallway 193. 193. Good job going to the window, everybody. We got a secret message that means nothing to us, but will mean something to us later. You'll know when it's important. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Hey, alright, we found where the staircase downwards is. Top of the main staircase. I'm going to continue my little map. Top of the main staircase. Staircase downwards. Alright. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or continue round the landing? There's actually more landing. I need to fix that. Oops, I thought it ended there. Try the door, go downstairs, or continue round the landing. We can't. It's a trinary option here, so we can't just use the ups and downs. So you're just gonna have to tell me. Damn this infinite landing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to put this to a poll. You guys are not decided on this one. Let me put it to an actual poll, so I don't have to try and count 3 different versions of things. What to do? Try the door, downstairs, or landing. Continue on landing. Thank you, Race. You spelt vote right. I'm proud of you. I've heard at least one batch of rage. Have there been others? I don't think so. I think I just raged about fear. About one fucking headless ghost giving me 4 fear points. 40% of the way to dead from one ghost. You didn't even do anything that scary. I would argue an old lady painting turning to me and saying, "Get out of the house while you can! Oh God, you're gonna die here!" is much more frightening than a headless ghost popping through the wall and saying the same thing. Because the headless ghost was not the first thing we encountered. By this point, we've started to get used to it. We've already encountered a different ghost. 3 ghosts, in fact. A ghost lady and 2 ghost dogs. Alright, poll is 50% wanting to continue on the landing, 31% wanting to try the door, and only 19% want to go downstairs. So, landing it is, with just a majority, well, technically not a majority with 50%, but you know how it is. Continue on the landing is, where the fuck was I? What number was I on? 193. Landing, continue around the landing, turn to 233. A few steps past the unmarked door is another unmarked door, for fuck's sake. If you wish to try this, it's like the game is going, but there's a button. You want to go around the landing? Like, yep. There's a door, you could try the door, it's a mysterious door. You're like, no, I'm not, I'm going to ignore the door. And then the DM's like, okay. Well, down the hall, there's another door. You want to try the door? The door squirms with mystery. The door is a mysterious mystery door. Do you want to try this door? Nope, I'm going to go down the landing. There's another door down the landing. Do you want to go down the door? There's a door. 8 hallways all leading to this door. Alright, so the options for this one. What was I on? 233. A few steps past the unmarked door is another unmarked door. If you wish to try this one, turn to 98. If you wish to ignore this one and continue round the landing, turn to 374. So, thumbs up if you want to go into the doorway, thumbs down if you want to ignore the door. Character going around with a tool to label the door. Thumbs up to go through the door, thumbs down to continue around the hallway. Now it's becoming a thing. You're like, nah, fuck this guy. I'm not going in any of his doors. I'm just going to keep walking around the hall. No, we can't die. We can't get fear if we just keep walking around this square hallway. You get to another corner and you turn the corner and you pass the Azazel room again. Do you want to go in the Azazel room? No. You pass the Erasmus room. Do you want to go in the Erasmus room? No. You pass the Diabolus room again. Do you want to go in there again? No. Do you want to keep walking around the hall? Yes. All right, had to tell a decision at this point. It kind of looked like it was no's because there was just so many more no's being placed all at once. But I think I'm gonna have to put it as a poll because it was pretty 50-50. Door? Question mark. No. Hallway. Yes. Doorway. 1 minute. Go. No door. No door. No to the 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 door. No door. No door. No door. At this point, we just want to know where the landing ends. Why is just sit down and wait an option? Do we unfear if we get enough loops? Just keep looping for like 24 hours. Wonder if the book loops at any point if you say no to everything. I mean, it might. I doubt it, but it might. All I'm hearing is a cheat to immortality. Find the wine room and drug ourselves again. If you manage to get to this point, I'm not sure how because I don't remember writing it, but turn to page whatever and start again. You turn back and you just start the whole thing again. Reset your fear to 0. Go back to the room where you got drugged. And you wake up bound once more. The window is healed again. Do you want to smash it again? Yes. Alright, with 68% wanting to say no to the door. Fuck this door. You continue round the hallway. 374. Alright, 374. Let me keep a track of that. 374. The landing turns right, and a passage branches off. You may either turn left down this passageway and past a couple of doors before turning left again, or turn right following this landing again. So the passage turns. So I think I need to restart my my map here. I need to take this and tear that off so I don't have to keep switching pages. All right, so we've got down the end here there was a doorway, and then there was a big old hall that ran all the way down here, and then along here. And somewhere down that room was the Erasmus room. And then somewhere down the corner there was the Azazel room. And then there was the Mephisto room, here-ish. And then there was the Ballhouse room, the Ballhouse room, right about here. And then on the corner there was another door here, but that corner door led to another room that led to a hallway, and on the hallway was the Diabolus room. I'll show you this map once I've made it, and then continuing along here was a doorway unmarked. And it was next to a stairs leading down. And then past that there was 2 doors, and then it branches off the passageway. So past that was 1 more door, and then the passageway. So 1 more door here. And then it turns to the right. A couple more doors, it says, along here. Alright. So this is the layout. Actually, let me label it first. It'll make it easier. Apollyon. Apollyon. Erasmus. Azazel. Mephisto. Ballhouse. Diabolus or something. headless. And then unnamed. And unnamed. Alright. You ready? This is what if we never enter a scary door, we'll live forever. It's like Rainbow Six Siege all over again? What is that? I don't understand the reference. Isn't yes door and no hallway kind of like you lose on heads and I win on tails? We need to take out some of these walls and all the doors. Go open concept. Good morning, Joe baby. How's it going? Glad I went to bed this morning. It's a lovely day, and Rob rages and Matt mumbles and bring a great ambience to well on jerky. Jerky. All right. This is the situation as we see it. We woke up in the Mephisto room. Here. We came out and we turned this way and we went up here. It's really hard to do backwards on a camera. We ignored the Azazel room and then we tried the Erasmus room and it was locked. We continued on up, and at the end of the corridor we found the Apollyon room where we met a ghost. We came back out. We ignored the Azazel room again. We went back into the Mephisto room and found that it was still the same room that we left, but we were describing it as if we'd never been there for some stupid reason. Then we continued along this way, and I believe we didn't try the Bolhus room. I can't remember if we tried it and it was locked, or if I think we just didn't try it. Then we entered this room that was unnamed and found a hallway with a window at the end, and underneath my finger here is the Diabolus room. We walked into the Diabolus room and had a rest, and then we found the headless ghost and wished we hadn't rested. We tried the window and it was and it had a secret message on it. We came back out this way, walked up this way. We ignored this unnamed door opposite the stairway down. We ignored this unnamed room. And now we are here at a passageway. We can continue around the passage, or we can continue along this passageway, and it says there are doors, but I don't know if they're on the right or left, so I haven't added them yet. Cool. All right. The landing turns right, and a passage branches off. You may either turn left down the passageway and past a couple of doors before turning left again, so I guess it turns left again down there. Or you can turn right and follow the landing. So thumbs up for turn left, continue like branch off, and thumbs down for continue on the passageway. Thumbs up for turn left, thumbs down for turn right. What a fucking maze. Thumbs down for turn right seems to have it. People are like, nah, fuck all of the things. Fuck all of the rooms, fuck all of the corridors. We're just going to keep going to see how far this passageway goes. Which one has doors? The not that one. Alright, we are going to the right. Fuck all the options of this book. Oh, Jesus. It's extra funny because you know how these books are written. 272. The same book publisher, not the same author, but the same book publisher made the previous one that I did, The City of Thieves, which really frustratingly just has like a tree diagram of decisions, not a graph network. These are mathematical terms because I'm a nerd. But like it basically doesn't have areas where you can loop back around to try the same thing again. This book is thankfully seemingly like it's written in a better way than that, where it is giving you the same option again. It's saying like, hey, if you go back to the same place, you can now turn left if you didn't before. So if you did miss a room, you can go back to that room if you missed it. Until you choose to skip the Azazel room like 3 times, and then the book's like, all right, you're done with the Azazel room. I gave you 3 options. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that joke where the guy there's a city that's flooding, and how does it go? City's flooding and everybody's evacuating and stuff, and somebody comes past a house and finds a guy on his rooftop, like stuck on his roof, and they row past in a rowing boat, and they're like, here, jump into the rowing boat, we've got room for you. And the guy says, no, God will save me. And so they continue on. And then the water gets a little higher, and then some guy comes past in like a speedboat, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going around picking up saviors and picking up survivors and stuff. You can jump into my boat." And he goes, "No, thank you. God will save me." And then the guy in the speedboat speeds off, and there's the water rises even more, and now the guy's like holding on to the top of his chimney, and a helicopter comes past, and the helicopter guy shouts down, "Grab the rope, we can lift you up." And the guy says, "No, thank you, God will save me." And the helicopter leaves, and then the water rises, and the guy drowns. And then he goes to the pearly gates, and he says to God, "Why didn't you save me?" And God says, "I sent you 2 fucking boats and a helicopter, what more do you want?" It's like that. Turn right following the landing, 272. You follow the landing round, past a wooden door which bears the name Tutevillus. Past a wooden door that bears the name Tutevillus. You may try this door by turning to 155, but straight ahead the landing ends at a panelled wall and the passageway turns to the left. To follow the passage round, turn to 175. Alright, so we have now got a doorway. It doesn't tell me which side the doorway is on, so I'm just going to assume it's this side. Makes more sense for it to be this side. And the passageway ends at a wall here and turns to the left. So this continues around there and turns to that way, and this room is called Tutevillus. Shun the door, I think you know the answer. Runs back in from the kitchen. Can go through the hall. Lock the door, go through the hall. Team door. Tutevillus. Alright, we are now past the wooden door bearing the name Tutevillus. You may try this door by turning to 155. Thumbs up for turning to try the door. Or you can continue following the passage round. Turn to page 175. Thumbs down. Thumbs up, try the door. Thumbs down, fuck the door. try the House of Hall. It was a typo. House of Hall. It's just all hall. We're too scared to try. We're too scared to try any doors. It's not unanimous. There's definitely more trolls. Well, not necessarily trolls. Just more people who are scared of doors than people who want to try the doors. But it is, I feel, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the yeses actually have it until this point. Then the no's even out, and then it keeps even, stays even, and then the no's take it. 3 in the lead, 2 in the lead, 3 in the lead. 3, 4, 5. We're 5 in the lead with the no's. So I'm afraid it wasn't as cut and dry as before, but it is still definitely a majority wanting to say fuck these doors. Let's find out where the hallways go. All right, turn to page 175. I wonder how long it takes to read one of these books if you're just reading it yourself and deciding for yourself instead of stopping for 3 minutes on every decision. I just committed to the bit now, yeah. Look, you weren't supposed to find out I wrote Choose Your Own Adventure books. Stop shaming my typo. 175. You follow the passageway around the corner to the left. 2 doors face each other across the passageway. The GM of this book is like, go in a fucking door! There are so many doors! I'll keep putting doors in the way. This is a house full of doors! Alright. You follow the passageway around the corner to the left. 2 doors face each other across the passage, and you may either try the door on the left to the Belial room, or the door on the right to the Abadon room. Straight ahead, the passageway continues for a few meters before ending at an unmarked door. Will you? And it gives you 4 options. But wait a minute, there are only 3 doors. What is the 4th option? Try the door of the Belial room. Try the door of the Abadon room. Try the unmarked door ahead. Or turn around, ignore the doors and go downstairs. Let me just update my map. I'm going to put this as a poll, and then you guys can be choosing as I finish my map. Okay, this is the updated map. I put 3 minutes. It was too long. I should have put 2 minutes. This is the updated map. You got to the corner here and decided to go this way. You went past Tutivillas. You turned along the corridor, and now there is Belial and Abadon and an unmarked door here. So you have currently ignored these three, this one, these two, Balhos and Azazel. The only rooms on this entire map that you've actually checked out was Apollyon, Mephistus, and Diabolus. This is the hallway as we see it. I want to see Madonna. I don't know what the hint means yet. More exploration sans threshold. Alright, with 54% of the vote, we're going to try the Abadon room. Because we have a clue to the Madonna in Abadon or something. Madonna in Abandon. Entering Abadon with reckless abandon. Alright. 54% abandon all you who enter here. Abandon all Madonnas, all ye who enter this room. Turn to 335. 335. Alright. Also, we're pretty freaking scared. We are 7 scared? Yeah, we're 7 out of 10 scared. If we get 3 more fear, we die. So, let's not get too much more scared, I think. 335. Let's enter Abadon. You enter a bedroom which is lit by a single candle lit by a single candle burning by the bedside. A heavy musty odour hangs in the air, which could come from all the plants which are standing in pots on the mantelpiece, bedside table, dressers, and shelves. Whoever used this room certainly liked plants. But another sight catches your attention and stops you in your tracks. Asleep in the bed is an old woman. It seems that she has not heard you, for she has not moved since you entered the room. Do you wish to leave her in peace? Turn to 159. Walk over and wake her? Turn to 139. Or will you instead spring over and attack her before she can wake up? Turn to 354. I'm going to put this to a poll immediately. I'm going to change it down to just a 1 minute thing. What to do with, I assume, Morgana? We don't know for sure. Leave, wake her, or attack her. You got 1 minute to decide, starting now. Check page 88. I guess well, is it 88? Is it 88 time? Maybe it's 88 time. I was kind of expecting that the room would want to. Yeah, no, wait, it's not 88 time. It's not 88 time. I think the room will. I think the book will tell us when it's 88 time. I have checked for you, and it does not. It does not run on from where we are currently in the story. All right, with 77%, we are going to walk over and wake her. Turn to 139. 139. 139. 139. 139. 139. That's my 139 song. You step over to the bed and shake the old woman gently. But as soon as you touch her withered skin, you jump back in horror. She is stone cold dead. Add 2 fear points for the shock. Why is that a shock? We're in a haunted house. As you stand by the bed, shivering, a low moan comes from the body. Its eyelids flick open and pure white eyes stare up at the ceiling. She has no pupils. Do you wish to wait to see what will happen next, or will you beat a hasty retreat and return to the passageway? Madonna dead in Abadon. We are at 90% dead. We are at 90% frightened to death. Why 2 fear points for everything? Why 2 fear? Hey game, other numbers exist, like the number 1 for instance. My 3-year-old came out and heard Rob yelling and was like, oh, it's the yelling man. If she explodes, that's a nope. She's just sleeping and cold and pupilless. We should leave before we die. Might as well make it 100% then, in for a penny, in for a pound. I don't think she worries much about no pupils since she's dead. Yeah. Alright, do we wish to wait to see what will happen next? Thumbs up, yes, in the chat. Or do we want to run away? Thumbs down, no. Do we nope out of there? Or do we, yes, want to see what happens next? Alright, overwhelming majority here. In fact, a unanimous decision. We're going to stick around and yes. Oh, diverse broke the unanimous. Alright, we are going to wait and see what happens next. Turn to 246 in a very much an in for a penny, in for a pound kind of way. We're just like, well, we're scared. We're 90% scared to death anyway. Let's go for the 100. 246. You hear words coming from the old woman, yet her lips do not move. Stranger, how dare you invade the private bedchamber of the woman of the house? She asks. You stammer an apologetic reply. She orders you. Begone, intruder! Leave an old woman to die in peace. Will you leave her as she wishes, or ask her for information about the house? That was the voice you were all expecting for an old dead woman, right? That's if I was hired as a voice actor for like an animation project or something, and they were like, here's the character you're going to be animating. It's a horror game, and it's an old dead woman in a bed. This is the voice you need. Just give us a few options. I think that one was what they'd be like. And you nailed it. You nailed it on the first one. All right. I would be surprised. Thumbs up if you want to leave as she wishes, or thumbs down if you want to be like, no, I want to ask you information about the house. We still have the old Mordanna in Abadon clue that we'll eventually get to, so. Alright. Crunchy Scorpion wants to leave, but also ask her information about the house on the way out. Like, leave the room and then pop your head back in and... Everyone has a death wish, I swear. Alright, we are not leaving. We are going to ask her information about the house. Turn to 170. 170. 170. That's after 139, Rob. 170. It's how numbers work. What business of yours is this house? She screams. If you will not go of your own accord, then my hounds will see you off. And if they cannot, I will do it myself. With these words, a wooden panel slides open in the wall. 2 huge, great Danes spring out and attack. Resolve your battle with the dogs. Fight them one at a time. It's our first fight. If you defeat the dogs, you can leave the room or remain to search the room. Alright, first Great Dane, second Great Dane. The first Great Dane has 7 skill and 6 stamina. The second has 6 skill and 6 stamina. So the second one's just a little bit less skillful. I'm gonna turn to 88 and just see. No, I think it's still not quite right for 88. I think we'll find out when we can 88. What am I doing? I'm looking up how to fight in this game. I have to remind myself. Alright, monster. Great Dane. Skill 7, stamina 6. Monster 2. Not so great Dane. Just a good Dane. Did somebody else make that joke? I don't want to be unoriginal. Great Dane's springing. Great Dane's couch potatoes. Shenanigans. No fear from seeing the dogs. Nah, just two dogs that have been living in the wall of a room, springing out and attacking you. Not scary at all. Animal handling. Wallago. Maybe one of these is called Morgana. Just an average Dane. Yeah. All right. 7 and a 6 and a 6 and a 6. How does fighting work again? Just remind me. Fighting more than one creature. If you come across more than one creature in a particular encounter, the instructions on that page will tell you how to handle a battle. Sometimes you'll treat them as a single monster. Sometimes you'll fight them each one in turn. I think fighting each one in turn is bullshit. So you got to fight them like in D&D, where it's like one round and then another round. You got to fight them both simultaneously as two different monsters. You begin House of Hell adventure with no weapon. So you're just fighting with your bare fists. Oh no, actually, we've got some glass. We got some broken glass because I made the executive DM decision when we entered a room with broken glass on the floor that we could pick up a piece of broken glass to attack them with. We also have a frayed rope. Stabbing somebody with a piece of broken glass feels like a good way to cut your hand open. Like that feels like a double-ended knife. Maybe we should have looked in some of the rooms for a weapon. Grip the glass firmly in hand and gain 2 fear from blood. Play tug of war with the rope. Yeah, we've got an afraid rope. It's got 9 fear, this rope. It's a very afraid rope. Let's see. Escaping. No, not yet. We're not escaping. Battles. You will often come across pages in the book that instruct you to fight ghosts, ghouls, men, and beasts. An option to flee may be given, but if not, if you choose to attack the creature anyway, you must resolve the battle as described below. Bloody, 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 blah. Roll both dice once for the creature at its skill score. This is the creature's attack strength. Roll both dice once for yourself. Add the number rolled to your current skill score. This is your total attack strength. If your attack strength is higher than that of the creature, you've wounded it. Proceed to step 4. If the creature's attack strength is higher than yours, it has wounded you. Proceed to step 5. If both attack strengths are the same, you've avoided each other's blows. Start at the next attack round from step 1 above. If you have wounded the creature, you subtract 2 points from its stamina score, and you can use your luck to do additional damage. If the creature has wounded you, subtract 2 points from your stamina score. You can use luck to reduce it. Make the appropriate adjustments to either your creature's or your own stamina scores and your luck score if you used it, and then begin the next attack round by returning your current skill score and repeating steps 1 to 6. Weapons, we don't have any weapons. Escape, we don't have the escape option here. At various times you can use luck, it says. Using luck in battles. In battles you always have the option of using your luck to either inflict a more serious wound on a creature you've just wounded or minimise the effects of the wound the creature's just inflicted on you. If you've just wounded the creature, you can test your luck as described above, and if you are lucky you've inflicted a severe wound and subtract an extra 2 points from their score. But if you're unlucky, the wound has mere graze and you must restore 1 point to the creature's stamina. If the creature's wounded, you may test luck to blah blah and avoid 1 point of stamina. Bead ba subtract blah blah. Alright, easy peasy. So, where are we? We are here, the Great Dane. Let me put my map in that page to keep it while I stay on this page. So we need 2d6 for the Great Dane and 2d6 for me. The Great Dane, the first Great Dane gets a 10 plus his 7 from his skill, so 17. And we have a 10 skill and rolled a 5, so we got a 15. So the Great Dane is hitting us for 2 damage. And we have 23 stamina. So I'm going to just make the executive decision that we're just going to take that damage because it's the first damage we've taken and we should be fine. The second Great Dane then hits us. The second Great Dane, less skillful, with only a 6, rolls a 6, so for a total of 12. And we rolled a 7 plus 10 for a total of 17. So we smack that Great Dane for 2 hit points of its 6. If we want to test luck, we could potentially make that 4 of its 6 hit points. in one strike. What do you want to do? Thumbs up for yes, use luck. Thumbs down for nah, just leave it as 2. Yes, use luck. No, just leave it. We have a very good chance of succeeding with luck because we've got 10 luck, and we would need to roll a 10 or less on the 2d6. Alright, yes, we are going to use luck, so we're going to test luck first. Roll 2d6 and get a 10 or less, which we did. We got a 6. Our luck goes down to a 9, but the Great Dane has taken 4 points of damage and is down to 2 points of damage left. Alright, back to the top of the round. The first Great Dane is going to attack us. First Great Dane rolls a 7 plus his 7 for 14, and we rolled an 8 plus 10 for 18. So we hit the Great Dane, the first Great Dane, for 2 points of damage. Do we want to use another point of luck to try and wound the first one as well? Thumbs up, thumbs down for yes, no on the using luck. We've got 9 luck. We would need to roll a 9 or less on the 2d6. Alright, still yeses, still mostly yeses. Oop, 2 no's. We've got 6 yeses, 7, 8 yeses, 9 yeses, 10 yeses. Yeah, we're going to use the luck again. We need to roll a 9 or less, which we did with a 6. So our luck goes down to 8, but we do 4 points of damage to this Great Dane as well. So now both of the Great Danes are on 2 health left, so a single strike will kill either of them. The second Great Dane attacks us, rolls a 6 plus its 6 is a 12, and we rolled a 9 plus our 10 is 19, so we kill the Great Dane. So the second Great Dane, the average Dane, is dead. Nice. The first Great Dane attacks us, and that is a 5 plus 7 or an 8 plus 10. So we win that one again and kill the first Great Dane as well. So we kill a Great Dane and the average Dane, and we managed to finish the fight with only losing 2 points of luck and 2 stamina. Well done. Now we can start making our coat. Was that a Cruella de Vil reference? Alright, we killed the dogs. So, if you defeat the dogs, you may either leave the room, turn to page 159, or remain to search it. So, thumbs up in the chat with the thumbs up emote if you want to leave the room. Thumbs down if you want to stay and search the room. We have, anyone who's following the channel should have access to a thumbs up, thumbs down emote. We want to stay in the room. The old woman did warn us, if the dogs can't make you leave, I will make you leave. But we still have not. We're still sitting on the old ace up the sleeve of the code word that we found before, Mordanna in Abadon. It's an overwhelming no. We're going to stay in the room. Okay, so we are going to remain in the room to search it. Turn to page 19. All right, so let me jot that down. I'm just going to put dogs here. Dogs fight, just so I've got some reference later of where we were and when. All right, dogs fight. We turned to 19. I hope that we don't get one more fear and die immediately. I'm going to be so pissed if we get another fear and die. You start searching the room while the old woman threatens you from her bed. I mean, what can she do? She's a dead woman. She's not moving. She set her dogs on us. She can't do shit. And even if she wasn't a dead woman, she's an old woman. If her 2 Great Danes can't fight us to death, I'm not scared of a dead old woman. I ain't leaving without knowing or having Mordanna. Just knowing what the fuck Mordanna is. I'm staying in this room until I know what the fuck Mordanna is. I just want another fear now for the Rob Rage. You would, troll. Alright. You search the room while the old woman threatens you from her bed. You recognise some of the plants, as most of them are common house plants. The woman's voice grows frantic as you poke around in a herb garden by the window. A thought dawns on you, and you turn to her, threatening to destroy her plants unless she is able to give you the information you require. She shrieks at the thought of you harming her plants and agrees. What will you ask of her? A. How do you find the man in grey? We were told earlier in the book that we might have an ally in the man in grey. He might be able to help us in the house, but we don't know who or what he is. Also, I can tell you now that I believe, yeah, if we'd have used 88, we would have gotten to these same exact 3 options. Because 88 is, she curses. Damn you, stranger, she hisses. All right, then, I will answer your question. Which question do you ask her? And then these same 3 questions. So I think I think the 88 might be you just say Mordanna to her before she throws her dogs at you, and then you manage to avoid the dog fight by just saying Mordanna in Abadon to her. But it's not clear that that's the case. And when I skipped to 88 to check, it didn't seem like it ran on from any of the points that we got to. So I was assuming after you fight the dogs, you then like try and ask her for something, and she goes to attack you, and then it says, if you think you know any way out of this, turn to, use that reference now. But it didn't give me that option. So I think we just wasted Mordanna in Abadon. Love your hair, gotta run soon, streaming soon, but you're still later, I'll try to raid you. No worries, troll scambaits. Have a nice day, enjoy your stream. I'm not shocked that the obvious thing to the author wasn't obvious. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so our 3 options to ask her are, how do we find the man in grey? Tell me about secret rooms in the house. Or what are tonight's festivities? Maybe if we'd have attacked her, we could have used 88? Yeah, maybe. Because 88 is, she curses, damn you stranger, she hisses. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to put it to a poll. Old lady. Question, I'll say. Question. First one is, grey man. Where is the grey man? The second question is secret rooms. Secret rooms. Secret roomage. And then tonight's festivities. What are the festivities? Can't we ask for that knife? Yeah, we want the knife, but no, apparently that's not one of the options. Recruit her into your party. Recruit this dead old lady that can't leave the bed. I can't believe that we're at 90% dead and it's not giving us any option to like reduce fear. Fucking hell, too much fear. Alright, 67% wanted to ask about the man in grey, the potential ally that we were warned exists somewhere in the house. So turn to page 388. Ooh, that's almost to the back of the book. 388. 388. Before I'll answer your question, she says, you must tell me something. What is my name? Do you know what her name is? If so, you will have noted down a reference number to turn to, should you be asked this question. Turn to this reference now. If you do not know her name, she will not answer your question, no matter what you threaten to do to her plants, and you must leave the room by turning to 159. Aha! Here we go. Madonna! Shout the wrong name. Mordanna? Oh my god, Mordanna? Is that you? Zariel? I heard someone saying that the viewer should be kept in suspense. Alright, so now we turn to 88 and say, haha, Mordanna. Morgana. That's your name. Morose. The time has come. Egg on my face. Yep. If I'd have cross-referenced the different. Wait a minute. What was the previous one? 19. Did all of them turn to the same number? I'm curious now. Yeah, if I'd have cross-referenced them, I'd have been able to see that they are exactly the same question, but they're all turning to different pages. 388, 321. Like if we'd have asked one of the other questions, 321. Before I'll answer your question, she says, you must tell me something. What is my name? Do you know what her name is? Blah, blah, blah. It's the exact same passage. You cheeky bastard. Cheeky son of a bitch. 283. 283. Before I'll answer your question, she says, you must tell me something. What is my name? Do you know what her name is? Son of a bitch! Cheeky son of a bitch. Any one of them goes to the same question, which is, do you know what her name is? And we do know what her name is. Hell yeah, we do. Rumpelstiltskin. Mordred. Voldemort. Jumanji! Which question will we ask her? We get the chance to change our mind about the question, but we did have 2/3 majority, so I'm going to assume that you still want to ask her about the man in grey, and turn to 65. Turn to 65. All right. The man in grey. Who is he? Wait. Is this her? This is her. The man in grey. Who is he? You'll have to forgive me, stranger. As you can imagine, it's some time since I wandered round my house. I don't even know who's here anymore, except, of course, Earl and his manservant, Franklin's. But a man in grey? Oh, wait, I know who he might be. In cellars, a man's been held captive in room opposite food store. Could this be man in grey? I thought he wore white. Maybe he's a little dirtier now. Her voice fades as if the conversation was too much of a strain for her. You decide to leave her and head for the door. Turn to 159. Alright, so we're moving to 159. And we have learned that the man in grey could be a man in white being held captive in the room opposite the food store in the cellars. I'm going to write that down. Captive in cellars opposite food store. Man in grey. Alright, that better be useful. Gandalf. I can't understand you when you're talking like that. Don't move to Yorkshire. We go back and pump that old woman for more information. Yeah, walk back into the room, ask her the same questions about the other 3 questions too. Alright, we're turning to 159. 159. Having explored most of the rooms upstairs, you decide to risk searching the ground floor. No. Don't make assumptions, book. No. We did not explore most of the rooms upstairs. Having found most of the rooms upstairs, you decide to risk searching the ground floor. You follow the landing back round to the staircase and creep downstairs. So it gives us no choice in the matter. You're expected. The book is clearly written as if it's expecting you to actually check all of the fucking rooms that you pass. Because then you check in a room and then you come back out onto the same landing. And then you continue around and you check a room and you come back onto the landing. And you check a room and you come back onto the landing. Because that's how a fucking landing works. That's what the room is expecting of you. So by the time you've gotten all the way to the end of the corridor, it's expected that you've checked most of the rooms upstairs. After ignoring most of the rooms upstairs and having no weapons and very little information, you decide to go downstairs. Exactly. You creep downstairs, turn to 132. 132. I'm gonna put a little note for myself here, just that's where we could come back to if we want to go back to any of the rooms upstairs. Like if we die and we want to reset, we can be like, let's just check some of the rooms upstairs first. All right, turn into page 132 to go downstairs. I bet one of those rooms moved off here. I bet it did. I bet there was like a delightful like ice cream parlor in one of the rooms that would you just chill out and eat some ice cream. Eat some chocolate. Sounds like an it's problem. Maybe a spa, yeah. 132. You walk down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There is no one about. In the hallway below, you may choose to either try a door on the left or a door on the right. Oh, you could walk up to the front door and open it. Alright, door on the left, door on the right, or front door. The book is giving us no other options. We've got to try a door. Poll. Which door? Left, right, front. Front door it is then. 132. 132. You walk down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There's no one around in the hallway below. You can turn to the left, turn to the right, or walk up to the front door. We are going to turn to the front door, which is page 222. Imagine if the book was like, you open the front door and you leave. Well done. You escape. 222. You grip the handle. You turn it, and you slowly pull the door open. The noise of the storm raging outside becomes louder. You start to walk through the doorway, but stop and gasp. Your eyes frozen wide open. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like fear's coming. I think we're going to die on the doorstep. Standing in the doorway before you is a hooded figure, but its face is not human. Instead, the head is that of a goat, and its mouth is red with blood, which is dripping onto the ground. Its dead eyes stare vacantly upwards. The sight is terrifying. It's not that terrifying. I've seen goat men before. The sight is terrifying, and you must add 3 fear points. It says you slam the door in its face and turn... No, we don't. We don't slam the door in its face and turn around. We don't run through the door on the right, through the hallway, or through the door on the left, or back down the hallway. We don't do any of that, because we are at 12 out of 10 fear. And right there on the doorway, we open the door to a goat man, and we go... and we drop dead. The end. We did as fuck. Well done, everybody. We did House of Hell, and we died. However, we quick-saved, if you remember. We quick-saved right before we opened the door. So we got 3 fear points here. We quick-saved right before we opened this door. So instead, we quick-load, and we were right at the option of going through the door on the left or the door on the right. We died, but we barely opened any doors. Yeah, because it gave us 4 fear for fucking encountering 1 ghost. That's why we don't want any doors. You said going round in a square on the landing would make us immortal. Yeah, and then you stopped going round in a square, and you went downstairs. That's on you. Good use of the quick save scroll. Yeah. Left door was higher in the poll. Let's remake the poll. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up for the door on the left. Thumbs down for the door on the right. You walk down the stairs cautiously, looking in every direction. There is no one about. In the hallway, you may choose to go on the door on the left, thumbs up. The door on the right, thumbs down. Or you can walk up to the front door, but you have a feeling that you shouldn't do that. Dying didn't stop Madonna from waffling on. Exactly, right? Dying's not the end. Alright, overwhelmingly left, so we're going to go to 353. I'm going to put ... to say that we reloaded. 132 to 353. Womp womp. We died. Alright, 353. The door on the left opens into a large but cosy drawing room. A goat man stands behind the door. You take 3 fear. And I'm joking. He's just behind whatever door the fuck you open. Like, just... Ghost went upstairs and ruined all her plants. The door opens into a large but cosy drawing room. The dying embers of a warm fire burn in the hearth. Comfortable chairs are arranged around the fireplace. 2 glasses and a decanter stand on a glass-topped table between the chairs. There are plants in tall stands on either side of the windows, and there is another door next to the one you came in. Do you wish to explore the room further, leave through the other door, or will you have a little tipple from the decanter? Alright, we've got 3 options. Explore the room further, leave through the door, or drink from the decanter. Because drinking in this house never ends in a bad way. Poll. Door. Explore. Or drink some more. Door, explore, or drink some more. Skull, 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 skull. Down and one, down and one. Oi, 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 oi. Quick save and drink. Drink, it might calm our nerves. It might kill us, or it might calm our nerves. There's one way to find out. Drink! Time to party! Get lit, boy! If you get drunk, you're probably less likely to get scared of things, right? That's how it works. He says, as someone who's never been drunk. What happened to my foot? Why is my toe sore? What did I do to my toe? My toe is also at 9 fear. Drink some more. Got 70%. All right, so we're going to drink. Decanter means wine, right? The decanter is like the because some wines need to breathe. They need to be exposed to the oxygen in the air to get some sort of taste. I'm a wine connoisseur. You know that, right? I'm a Somalian pirate. So they put the wine from the bottle into a glass bottle, and then the decanter allows it to allows it to aerate or some shit. So a decanter is one of those fancy glass wine bottles, fancy like thick glass. Anyway, shut up. What were we doing? Wine. We were drinking wine. 353. We're gonna have a little tipple from the decanter. Turn to 292. 292. Do. You pour a measure of the deep brown liquid into one of the glasses and hold it up. It looks safe enough, so you take a sip. Delicious. The brandy warms you inside as it slips down, and you may add 3 stamina points. No fucking fear, though! No Dutch courage here! You're not getting any of your fear back! You can add 3 stamina points to the 2 that you've lost. You spy a hip flask on a shelf in one corner, and you may take some of this brandy with you if you wish. Hell yeah, I do. I want 3 stamina just forever. Now you can look around the room. Do you wish to examine the corner shelf where you found the hip flask, the fireplace and the mantelpiece, or leave the drawing room? I am going to put into our equipment hip flask of brandy. Also, this book is teaching us drinking brandy heals you. Just FYI, that's where we're at. Drinking brandy is better than medicine. If we'd have cut ourselves on glass, we would have taken 2 stamina points. We got bitten by a Great Dane and we lost 2 stamina points. But drinking a sip of brandy heals 3. Makes perfect sense. This artificer is playing the class properly and is killing everyone with a bag of holding combo. Nice. Bag of holding inside of another bag of holding. Yeah. Thrice the mana! Alright, so we've got a hip flask of brandy. Do we want to examine the corner shelf where we found the flask, the fireplace and the mantelpiece, or leave the drawing room? Alcohol is always a solution. I mean, in chemistry terms, it is. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Maybe we use the brandy to disinfect the wound. Yeah. All right. 77% 1 and 2. Check out the fireplace. Let's go, baby. Fireplace it is. All right. We're going to the fireplace 303. Ooh, it's only a couple pages on. A fine carriage clock sits in the center of an elaborately carved wooden mantelpiece. A number of letters are jammed in behind the clock, and you reach for them. As you do so, your sleeve catches one of the carved images in the woodwork, and it moves. You lean forward to examine it. It is a small, carved, demonic face which can be moved sideways. Do you wish to see what lies behind the wooden face, or read through the letters? I mean, do both, right? Which one first, I guess? I don't know. Do you want to look behind the small carved demonic face in the mantelpiece, or read through the letters? Thumbs up for face, thumbs down for letters. Thumbs up the face, thumbs down for letters. I feel like we're going to get scared of the face. Well, we've quick saved, thankfully. Ooh, it's pretty hard to tell, actually. It's pretty even. I'm going to have to put this to a poll. It's pretty even. face or letters? Lettered. We were going into the face. So 303. We want to explore what's behind this carved wooden face on the fireplace, which means turn to page 85. The little carving moves to reveal a button set in the mantelpiece behind it. You consider whether or not to press the button. Of course you do. You consider it for 1/10 of a second. As you are deep in thought, you do not notice what is happening to the fire. In the grate, the fire has come back to life. I'm sorry. You are standing at a mantelpiece in front of a fireplace, and you're deeply investigating the mantelpiece itself, and you don't notice when the fireplace roars back into life. Have we got a -12 perception? You could be the least observant person in the world, and if you are standing in front of a fire, you will notice when the fire comes on. You know why? Because it's a fire! You're wearing asbestos pants. Strong flames are licking the chimney and considerable heat is being given off. You feel the heat and step backwards. As you do so, 2 small figures leap from the fire and face you. These fire sprites are small, they come up to your knee, but their flaming bodies burn with the vigour of the fire from which they arose. They hover in the air just above the carpet, for if they touch anything, it bursts into flames. Do you wish to fight these creatures? Or do you want to try another approach? Here's them. Little fire sprites. We're just singing a skating heart in here. I'm drunk, I don't care. Yeah, I just drunk a bunch of brandy. Pour brandy on them, make them stronger. We need a challenge. Throw brandy on them, I choose yeet. Alright, are we going to fight them or are we going to try another approach? Fight them, yes or no? We are not going to fight them. I was sure that you idiots would fight them. But well done. You are not going to fight them. You're going to try another approach. I love that it's like, anything they touched bursts into flame. Do you want to fight them? When the DM is being very strong with his hints. We are going to try another approach. 145. Let's try and seduce them or something. Let's see what other approaches the book gives us. How will you hold off these advancing creatures? Will you pick up the brandy decanter or move slowly backwards towards the window? Those are our options. Pick up the brandy decanter or move slowly backwards towards the window. Thumbs up for the first one. Pick up the brandy encounter. Back down towards the window. Do you back down towards the window? Do you pick up the brandy? Oh, again, surprising me immediately. I thought you were about to pick up the brandy encounter. Brandy decanter. But no, you are back down. You are backing down towards the window. Turn to page 64. You guys surprising me. Boo! Always more brandy. Alright, turning to page Mario 64. The fire sprites follow you as you back towards the window, pretending to be terrified. No, we're not pretending, we're at 90% terrified. One more fear point and we literally frightened to death. Pretending to be terrified, you make for one of the plant pot stands and attempt to hide behind it. But when the sprites are near enough, you strike. Grabbing the large plant pot on top of the stand, you hurl the contents over the little creatures. The soil covers them and douses their flames. In an instant, they have disappeared. Well done. Now turn to 375. You didn't even have to fight them. 375. Do we get experience and level up? We could also do to pick up a weapon, I reckon, guys. Do you guys think maybe at some point we might want to pick up a weapon at some point in this house? You step back to the fireplace and examine the secret button again. Will you press it, turn to 392, or will you leave the drawing room? How about them letters? Them letters are still there. They haven't disappeared. How much earth did we just lift there? Yeah, we cast mold earth. Mulch was the weapon of choice. Alright, is this even a question? Are you going to press the button or are you going to surprise me again? Will you press it, yes or no? Pick up the cactus or an iron poker. No weapons, only plants. we've used plants to diffuse two different situations now, two different encounters. Diverse Polar trying to sway the boat here. All right, we are going to push the button. Turn to 392. 392. The button is a one of those clown buzzer buttons, and it electrocutes you for 1 point of damage. 392. You press the button and hear a small click. Then you hear another sound, and you swing round to face the corner shelf. Beside this shelf, a sliding panel has opened in the wall. You walk over to investigate and bend down to look at the opening. Too late, you realise that the panel has revealed not a tunnel at all, but a false opening. The wall behind is solid. But it has served its purpose. You have been lured into a trap. You are standing on a trap door which opens beneath you and you fall downwards. I see that as a win, because we're going to find our way to the cellars. We're now down there. Pull the lever! Wrong lever! Why do we even have that lever? Name it. Alright, so it blah 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 opens in the wall. It's not a tunnel but a false opening. It's solid, but it served its purpose to lure you over to a trapdoor which opens and then you fall through. Alright, turn to 397. Fall down to 397. Gronk. Cusco. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison designed to kill Cusco. That poison. Yes, Gronk, that poison. I should watch that again. It's been too long. Down you fall for I thought that said several minutes. I was like, you fall for several minutes? Down you fall for several meters until you finally land in a heap of something soft. Add 1 fear point for the fright and you die. You get frightened to death falling down a chute. We're already on a pile of bodies. Perfect. Add 1 fear point for the fright and test your luck. If you are lucky, you are unhurt. If you're unlucky, you've twisted your wrist. That's the last of our troubles at this point, because we're frightened to death. You pick yourself up and verify there's no serious damage. You've landed on a pile of blah 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 blah. You're dead. All right, quick load. Quick load. 397 killed us. Interesting mechanic, this fear thing, because in other books, in other choose your own ending books, you just arrive at an end and you go, 397's a dead end. I literally die. But if we had not got enough fear, 397 wouldn't be a dead end. Interesting. All right, so we're going to quick load. We're going to go back to 375, see if there was a different option to take there. 375 was press the button or not. So we're just going to not. Can we still continue with 9 fear? No. I'm going to take us back to where we didn't die. So the previous option that we had, the previous fork in the road, was press the button or leave the drawing room. Do we want to quick load to there and leave the drawing room, or do we want to quick load even further before we killed the fire things, before we even discovered the button, and then go to the letters? We still have 9 fear yet. We've quick loaded back to when we had 9 fear. Quick load before the headless ghost. that's like 2/3 of the way back. May as well try the letters. All right, we're gonna quick load back to the letters. I'm gonna guess somewhere around 303. 303 maybe. 303 was. Hey, look at that! We did it. I just guessed 303. Do you want to see what's behind the wooden face? I'll read through the letters. 85. Was that a... Because there was something after that that was like, you still got another opportunity to read the letters, didn't you? 85. Oh no, 85 was when you discover the button and the creatures pop out. There was no way of reading the letters after that. Alright. Will you read through the letters 364? Alright, so instead, we're going to quick load back all the way back to 303. So I'm going to go ... and then quick load from 303. And we're going to go to, instead of 85, we're going to... Oh god, I lost it. 364. 364 days in a year. No. 364. I should get some food. I haven't eaten anything today. The letters are not particularly interesting, except for one from a foreign address, written in immaculate handwriting with a broad-nibbed black pen. It is addressed to the Earl of Druma, and appears to warn him of possible dangers. It starts by describing a raid of some sort on the writer's house, and how he narrowly escaped being caught. It ends with a PS which says, I also suggest you further protect yourself by changing the password on your own cache room. I, for one, know it is Goathead. How many others know the same? Why not change it to something which will remind you of the sound advice of a good friend? The letter is signed by Count Pravemi. You read this through again and replace the letter. Do you wish to leave the room or turn your attention back to the small wooden face on the mantelpiece? So we could now turn to the small wooden face on the mantelpiece and then leave the room, because after we defeat the fire geezers. I'm just going to write down what we just learned though. Password 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we went 364. We read a letter that said that his password was Goathead, and may now be changed to something which will remind you of the sound advice of a good friend, signed Count Pravemi. So he might have changed his password to Pravemi, maybe. We can now leave the room or turn our attention back to the mantelpiece, and turning back to the mantelpiece we know results in fire things coming out, but then we get the option of bottling them with a brandy bottle and seeing where that turns out, maybe. Pravemi is spelt like you've spelt it, but with an A instead of that first E. Pravemi. Alright, what do we want to do? Leave the room or try the mantelpiece again? In this particular run through, we have not met those fire things yet. That would Molotov our cocktail. Leave the room, mantelpiece, leave the room. Alright, most people saying leave the room. Just rest in this room to get rid of the fear. Yeah, if only. Alright, we are going to leave the room, turn to page 218. Did you enter this drawing room from the hallway or the study? If you entered from the hallway, you take the door which leads into the study. Turn to 195. If you entered from the study, you go through the other door into the hallway. We entered from the hallway with the goatman just standing at the door. I love that the goatman hasn't come in, by the way. Like, while we've been exploring this room off to the left, the goatman's just standing at the door, waiting for somebody to answer the front door, so that he can frighten them to death with 3 fear. Get a long rest and empty that decanter. Quick load to when we left our car. Guys, Pravemi is an anagram. For vampire? What? After being an adult and playing D&D in an open world, I've decided I really bloody hate choose your own adventure books, because they're very rarely choose your own, yeah. Because you're just like, you want to do this thing, but nah, that's not one of the options. That's why when I was starting out D&D, when I was trying to explain D&D to people, I was like, it's like a choose your own adventure book, but at the end of every passage, there are infinite choices. So you're now in the room. Do you want to leave the room, turn your attention back to the mantelpiece? Do you want to go back through the letters once more? Do you want to explore the shelf? Do you want to have a sit down? Do you want to rest? Do you want to drink the rest of this brandy? Do you want to pour the brandy on the curtains and set them on fire? Do you want to leave the front door? Do you want to leave the side door? Do you want to take your shoes off and take the shoelaces out and make a cat's cradle out of them? Do you want, there's infinite options at every opportunity. That's kind of how I described D&D at the beginning. And it's like each one turns to a different page that the DM then has to write. And the DM then writes the next passage and then gets to another choice. Where am I at? 218. Did you enter the hallway from the hallway? We did. We entered from the hallway and take the door which leads to the study to enter 195. I feel like 195 has come up before. But maybe not. 195. The room is a study. Old leather-bound books line the walls, and the only source of light comes from a single candle burning on an antique desk. What's with every room only been lit by a single candle? High energy prices. Forgot to pay the power bill. A single candle burning on an antique desk. You walk over to examine the desk, which is made from beautiful wood and has brass-handled drawers. I love that you're at 90% fear. Like, your heart is pounding like 200 beats a minute. You are moments away from a cardiac arrest from how scared you are. But you still have time to admire the beautiful wood and the brass-handled drawers of this table. A piece of paper rests on the blotter. As you look at it, you are suddenly aware that something strange is happening. A large fuck's sake. A large brown letter F is forming in the top left-hand corner. Then a letter U, and a letter C, and a letter... Nope. You gasp as the word find appears in a child's handwriting across the top of the paper. For this, you must add 1 fear point, and you die. This is the last you can handle. This is the only thing that you can handle of that. Things are too scary. The paper is now writing itself, and you die. You die to death. I'm scared, but I still have taste. A single candle everywhere will make the time extra edgy and spooky. Surely that will set the mood. Can I have some thunder? Yeah, we die from writing on a page. Alright. Well, we gotta go back to before we... Where are we going back to? We go back to 303, fight the guys, and leave that way. Maybe it gives us a different way to leave. So we go back to the button. Let's quick load to the button. And then do we want to fight them or try another approach? We're going to try another approach, 145. And then we either pick up the brandy decanter or move slowly back towards the window. And if we move back towards the window, we know we can survive this fight. And then they die, and we go to 375. 375 after we kill the fire things. And then we want to press the button or leave the drawing room. 218. Yeah, no. 218, it's the same. I wondered if leaving the drawing room after defeating the fire was going to give us a different option, but it doesn't. So, we quick load to the last option that is different before we have to go all the way out of this room and not have found the letters at all. And instead, we are going to quick load to the advancing fire creatures, and we are going to pick up the brandy decanter and see what happens then. Maybe something different happens. Who could have predicted? Who could have predicted what happened? You grab the decanter and splash brandy quickly over the two creatures, hoping to douse their flames. But to your dismay, the brandy burns fiercely. In fact, it seems to nourish the fire spirits rather than weaken them. Turn to 9. Just for completion's sake, let's actually reload to 169. Nice. 145. So we reload to 145 and go to 169. Nice. And then we splash brandy on them. I'm a baguette. Okay. if you say so. We splash brandy on them and nourish the flames with brandy, and then resolve your battle with the fire spirits. They attack you one at a time. Each time they wound you, you risk the added danger of their flames touching you. You can either deduct 3 stamina points instead of normal 2, or test your luck after each wound, and a lucky roll means you manage to put out the flame before it burns you, and take no stamina damage from them. An unlucky roll means you lose 4 instead of 3. If you wish to escape during the battle, turn to 218, so you can then run into the room where you get a fright from the paper. But the sprites will get in a last hit as you leave, and if you stay and fight them, turn to 375 if you win. I'm going to assume that you turn to 375 because you win, and then you just continue on, press the button, and die because you fell down a pit. Alright, so there's nothing in this room that won't kill us because of fright. That's because we're on 9 fucking fear. The game only gave us 10 fear before we die, and it gave us 4 from a single encounter with a ghost, and 2 more from a dead woman on a bed. So we're just walking through the house on 9 fear for the most part and dying in every fucking encounter. So we're going to quick load to before we died then, all the way back to, let's see, 88 was saying her name. 132 is when we went downstairs. So we're going to go back to 132 and take the door on the right instead. 132. So, you walk down the stairs, cautiously, looking in every direction. There is no one around. In the hallway below, you can either choose to take the door on the left and die of fright, choose to take the door in front of you, the front door, and die of fright, or choose to take the door on the right. Let's do that one, I think. Let's reload to 132. And go ... 132, and then reload to go to the door on the right, which is 285. The right is right. Right is right. 285. Here we go. The door is locked. Fuck you! Fuck you, book! The door is locked. You can either try the door opposite or go along the hallway. Thankfully, it doesn't give us the option of trying the front door. It's just try the other door that dies, or go back along the hallway, which wasn't an option when we came downstairs, but a hallway is now materialized, I guess. So we're going to go along the hallway to 108. The hallway strats always work, right? Always hallway. Always hallway. That's why they call it a hallway. Hallways take the hallway, everybody. Here's the moral of the story. If you're ever being chased through a haunted house by an evil vampire and several ghosts that are way scarier than the vampire, I'll have you know as well, that headless ghost was scarier than the goat man covered in blood dripping by the teeth at the front door. Alright, we're going along the hallway that has materialized for us. 108. The hallway widens. To your left, there is a passage with 2 doors. I'm going to have to start drawing another map of the downstairs now. Damn it. Alright, downstairs. How to do downstairs. Let's do it this way, I reckon. This is... I guess... how to do it. So we've got the front door here. I'm just going to tile up front. We've got this one here. And this is locked. We've got this one here, which is the drawing room and the study. And they just both killed us. Study and drawing room. And then we go along the corridor instead, and this is the stairs. So we go behind the stairs, I think. I'll just sit in the hallway and drink our brandy. I don't want to move anymore. Alright, so we go back down the hall. It widens. To your left, there's a passage with 2 doors facing each other across it. To go this way, turn to page 21. If you don't want to go this way, you can walk on a couple of meters and turn right into a passageway which runs past another 2 doors facing each other and ends at another door. To go this way, turn to page 49. So we have turn left where there's a passage with 2 doors, or turn right where there's a passage with 2 doors and another door. So there's 5 doors total. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. I'm gonna say that it's this, like this maybe. I'm gonna make the assumption that the passageway ends like this, and there's another one there. And then we've got 2 doors opposite each other here and here. I think in my head, I think this is the downstairs situation where we came down. Fucking hell, doing this backwards. We came downstairs here, and there was a door on our left and our right, and there was a front door. The front door led to death. The door on the right is locked. The door on the left led to the drawing room and the study, and they both led to death. So that we've turned round and gone past the stairs, and this is the passageway up here. 2 doors opposite each other and a door out, and then 2 doors here as well. This can't be quite right, I'm just now realising, because I think when it said the door we entered into the drawing room had a door immediately next to it, which was to the study. So I don't exactly know the layout of this house, but as long as I can keep things relatively straight, I think we should be good. Okay, so left or right? Left to the 2 doors, right to the 3 doors. Left it is. We're going left down towards the 2 doors. Because it's the only option that had a chance of more passageway, right? The other way, you know that you're going to have to choose one of those 3 doors, and you don't want to choose doors, so therefore you've chosen the one that had a potential ongoing passage. To go this way, turn to 21. Alright, so we are going to 21. You walk along the passageway. Do you want to try the door on the left or the door on the right? Sorry, geezers. The book was not specific, but I guess the passageway ends here, because that's the only option we have. Left or right? Thumbs up for left, thumbs down for right, and I guess that's the end of the hallway. I want to see the layout of this house, because that does not seem to fit as a ground floor under that as an upper floor. What's going on there? Left for up, yes, and right for no, down, I think is what I said. And most people just about saying yes for left. Alright, we're going left. Where was I? What page number? 21. 21. Turn to the door on the left, 259. 259. Could have sworn we'd done 259 already. The door is locked! Why are they telling me so many fucking locked doors? The door is locked. You may either try the door across the hallway, turn to 118. Is that what option we had before? Yep. Or go back along the hallway, turn to 49. All locked doors are 259. No, unfortunately not, because I did wonder that. Because I was like, that's probably something they've done where it's like whenever they give you 2 doors that are opposite each other and one of them's locked, they can just turn to the same number. But no, that would make no sense, because then you'd end up being diverted back to the same hallway every time. Doors be like that. All right, are we taking the other door, or are we going back down along the hallway? Essentially, we'll have to take one of these doors downstairs, I think. So we're going to take this door. All right, turn to 118. Doing so also reduces the number of options we have to quick load to back when we die again, which is good. All right, 118. We go to the door on the right. Let me just quickly write down here that this one was also locked. The door on the right opens and you enter the kitchen. The room is empty and immaculately tidy, with all of the knives, pots and pans hanging in neat rows along the walls. A double sink is set under a window, next to a large cooker and a fridge. A great square table stands in the centre of the room. There are 2 doors. One leads outside, and the other looks like a pantry door. A large bunch of keys hangs on top of the cooker. Do you want to A, try the back door leading outside? B, try the other door? Or C, grab the... do you want to grab the bunch of keys on the cooker? So back door, pantry door, or grab the keys. I'm just going to add kitchen onto my document here with a back door. Do you want to try the back door, everybody? Back door. Hey, no. To grab the bunch of keys on the cooker, we are going to grab to 148. 148. Whoa, that was scary. I think I just got 1 point of fright. I just accidentally flicked past a like a full page picture of just like a zombie face just like screaming. 148. You pick up the bunch of keys and start to flick through them. Ah! You scream loudly and drop the keys on the floor, for they are red hot and you have severely burnt your hand. You are using your weapon hand and must lose 3 stamina and 2 skill points. But if you wish, you may test your luck. A lucky roll means you weren't using your weapon hand after all, and you only lose 1 stamina point. The scream and clatter of the falling keys have made quite a noise. Alright, test your luck. If you wish, you may test your luck. Because either way, if you test your luck, you're going to lose a point of luck. Do we want to test our luck to try and only lose 1 stamina point rather than 3 stamina and 2 skill? Alright. That is a 7. 7 is less than our skill currently. Our luck currently, rather. So that means our luck now goes down to a 7. We're getting significantly less lucky, everybody. We've got just over 50% chance of succeeding the next time we roll a luck. Alright, so our stamina goes back down to 22. And we do not lose any skill, which is good. The scream and clatter of the falling keys have made quite a noise. Turn to 254. 254. Your fears are confirmed when the door opens. The noise has attracted the attention of some mysterious friends of the Earl of Druma. 4 men enter the room, all dressed in white gowns and wearing goats' heads to conceal their faces. They are armed with knives and lengths of wood. It would be foolish to resist them. I don't think it would. They're about to stab you and kill you and sacrifice you. I don't think it's foolish to resist them at all. Grabbing you by the wrists, they take you downstairs into the cellars. There you enter a room in which there are 4 prison cells. 3 of them are already occupied, but the 4th is empty. You will be detained here at the Earl's pleasure. Your adventure has ended. The end. We got to the end of a book, everybody. Well done. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. That was House of Hell by Steve Jackson.
Friends, fans, and fine folk. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part was.